Mom and Dad, I'm doing fine. You guys are on my mind. You asked me what I wanted to be, and now I think the answer is plain to see. I wanna be famous. I wanna live close to the sun. Oh, pack your bags, cause I've already won. Everything to prove, nothing in my way. I'll get there one day. Cause I wanna be famous. Na 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 na. I wanna be famous. I wanna be famous.
Welcome to the Animation Block. I'm your host, Ryder Mitchell, and we've got another great animated cartoon podcast for you guys today. Some awesome stuff has been going on in the world of animation. We've got a big, massive lineup actually for today, and we've got an even better lineup for next week, so make sure you are here next week. But let's talk about what we've got going on today. So starting off, we've got the Powerpuff Girls 2016 reboot. Official trailer, official preview clips are coming out now. A lot of awesome stuff from that. We got a lot of great things. I want to kind of talk about my first impressions for the new Powerpuff Girls show and, kind of what it's going to look like. So a ton of fun with that. Then we're going to move on to the NBA All-Stars night. That was last Thursday night and on Cartoon Network, and they had LeBron James on Teen Titans Go. It was just great. I love that. I want to talk about Teen Titans Go in the long run and kind of what they said about the future of characters like LeBron James. So that's really exciting. And then kind of just ending it off just with a nice easy one today. DC's Superhero Girls. So this has been a kind of like just a short little, these clips, these kind of shorts that they've been putting out. I believe they've been airing on Cartoon Network and Boomerang, just kind of like the Mickey Mouse cartoons on Disney Channel. So I've never really talked about these because I just never really seen too much of them, but I've been seeing more of them, and I thought it's a good time maybe to talk about some of these. I think it's important. Plus, there's a new Justice League show. There's all this new DC stuff that is coming out, and it's so much fun in general. So I'm really looking forward to that. But let's start off right now talking about the Powerpuff Girls 2016 reboot. Okay, so I've talked about the Powerpuff Girls in the past because when we first got that confirmation. So we got the confirmation about this show a while ago. But I was excited, but at the same time skeptical about what they would do. Because the original Powerpuff Girls, if you watch some of the episodes, they are dated. They're from 1998 to 2004, I believe. That was their run. So, it was almost worrisome to me, almost how they would execute like a new modern version of them. Like, would they be very similar to the way that they were in the original series? Or would Cartoon Network kind of shake them up to a point where it's like there's no good humor, but it's all kind of this goofy, crappy humor? So just starting off with the trailers that we've been getting, I'm loving these trailers because it's all about building up hype and building up excitement. Now, marketing is such a big thing in the world of TV and movies. You need to get it right, or else if you don't, if you've got a bad marketing campaign, people won't want to watch your show or won't want to watch your movies. A great example of this is Deadpool. I'm sure a lot of you guys, you've seen it, or maybe you haven't, I don't know. But that movie, although, it might not be the most appropriate for kids, it had a phenomenal marketing campaign. It was everywhere, that film. Everywhere possible, every funny kind of thing that they could have done, they did 10 times better. That had a great marketing campaign. Now, Powerpuff Girls is very similar. They've got a great marketing campaign. The first teaser trailers that we've been getting, they've been from your classic and your favorite Cartoon Network characters. So you get Clarence. I'm sure some of you watch Clarence. And you've got the whole crew from the Clarence show, and they're staring up into space, and they're like, whoa, what's that? And then you see 3 beams shoot by in the sky. And then you hear the Powerpuff Girls' new remastered theme song, which, by the way, I'm loving this new remastered theme song that they've put together for the Powerpuff Girls show. And then you see the Powerpuff Girls logo. It says coming soon. Then there's the same kind of trailer, almost identical, but it's with Uncle Grandpa. And Uncle Grandpa's like, whoa, dude, what's that? And then you see the 3 beams go by. And which, it's the Powerpuff Girls. So it's pretty cool. Then there was one for We Bare Bears. There was one for Teen Titans Go. There was one for regular show. There was one for Steven Universe. I mean, they're doing it for all the big name Cartoon Network shows. This kind of implies to me that they are expecting this to become a new, just modern classic. It already is a classic, but, for this new generation of kids, the fact that they're advertising this in their biggest name shows, I mean, you don't see them advertising for this stuff in, something like, I don't know, like the Tom and Jerry show or Wabbit or Be Cool Scooby-Doo. Now, don't get me wrong here. Be Cool Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry show, Wabbit, Banincula, all of them, those are great cartoons. You don't get me wrong. I love Be Cool Scooby-Doo and Wabbit so much. You don't even know. I really should talk about them more on the animation block. But, the thing about them is that they're not some of Cartoon Network's biggest and brightest and best. Meaning that although they're great shows and that they get a lot of views, they are not the ones Cartoon Network likes to favor. They like to favor the ones that have been on air for a long, long time, like Teen Titans Go, which was just rated one of the top 5 cartoon shows for kids from ages 6 to 12, for the past year and stuff. And all these big shows, those are their prime time ones. Something a bit more like Be Cool Scooby-Doo, which I personally love. It's a big one for them, but they're selling that and, Wabbit and Tom and Jerry as their Saturday morning cartoon. They're kind of like just chill out area, but hey, in a couple days we've got these big ones coming. So, you haven't really seen them advertising Powerpuff Girls there, which leads me to believe that Powerpuff Girls will become one of these, Monday night or Thursday night cartoon shows that they air next to We Bare Bears, and Teen Titans Go, and Amazing World of Gumball, and all of them. So it's very exciting that they're doing this. Then, after we got those teaser clips with all these other cartoon shows, then we saw our first preview clip from the show. And you have, it's Buttercup, the green one, right? And she's the Powerpuff Girls are about to take on this lumberjack kind of guy, and she's like, I'm gonna come kick your butt, and then the lumberjack guy's like, not a chance, you're weak or something like that. You're like, girl, and she's like, what did you just say to me? And then she goes and she punts him, literally. And first of all, the voice work for Buttercup on point. I know a big complaint about this show was that they wouldn't be using the original voice cast from the original show from 1998 to 2004. I believe those same voice actresses were willing to come back, but Cartoon Network didn't want them. So, I think a big deal was getting the voices right. I definitely feel like they got the voices right. We've only really heard a couple of them talk, or only heard them talk about once or twice, but still, the voice work is done pretty good. Next, the animation looks great. It looks even more appealing than the original Powerpuff Girls animation did. And it could be because of the new technology of 2016, or it could be more about the fact that it's just brighter colors, less pixelated, smoother looking, I don't know. But it was a lot of fun. Then we got our first trailer, which aired, I believe it aired this Saturday morning, with the new Saturday morning cartoons, with Be Cool Scooby-Doo and all of that. So in that trailer, of course, we got Blossom, Buttercup, and Bubbles. We got our Powerpuff Girls fighting, flying. We got to look at a lot of our villains. They used a ton of the classic villains. They're using a ton of the classic villains from the original Powerpuff Girls show. So really looking forward to that. The other big thing to realize about this is that the Powerpuff Girls show, this Powerpuff Girls show, it looks like it's going to actually have some sort of plot, or at least a new villain of the week. It's not going to be something like Teen Titans Go. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Teen Titans Go. I love what they do. But the thing is, usually, it doesn't even really feel like a Teen Titans show, aside from the fact that they used, character names and the powers of the Teen Titans. But, like, I believe the latest Teen Titans Go episode, of course, it was about LeBron James. But there was even one before that. It was called The Secret Garden. And basically, it was the Secret Garden episode. It was about, the whole team is fighting over dibs. Like, and Cyborg gets really angry, and he gets to, crazy. He gets all crazy and frustrated and annoyed to, like, a high level. So Starfire takes him to this secret garden where he can calm himself down while the rest of the team fights over dibs on everything. And it's just a place for him to calm it down. Now, it was a pretty funny episode, and to be honest, a pretty enjoyable episode. But it didn't really have a Teen Titans-themed plot. It's not like Slade's back, or it's Deathstroke. He's back, and he's coming for us. We gotta suit up, it's gonna be intense battle. No, it's more about the teams fighting over dibs. Now, like I said, it's a pretty enjoyable episode, but it doesn't exactly feel like it has an overall Teen Titans plot. It seems like the Powerpuff Girls show is going to be having a solid Powerpuff Girls feeling plot, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm really excited for that. Also, we got an official premiere month release date. It is coming out in 2 months in April. Get excited, guys. There's a big month. There's all this big stuff coming. Next month, we've got Daredevil and Batman v Superman. April, already it's got Game of Thrones, but now it's got Powerpuff Girls. Hell the F yes, this is insane. I am really excited for this. I will be doing a review of the pilot, and depending on how good the show is, I'll be doing a review every single week to replace our Total Drama, the Redonkulous Race reviews. And also, by the way, if you want more Redonkulous Race videos, or if you want more Total Drama videos, let me know in the comments section. I'll throw something together. I already have some predictions for a Season 2 of Total Drama, the Redonkulous Race, and also a Season 8 of Total Drama itself. So I've got a lot of stuff going on, but I have no clue if you guys really want that. So you gotta let me know. Moving on to our second topic of today, and that is the Teen Titans Go LeBron James NBA special. So first of all, when I saw LeBron James in Teen Titans Go, I started hysterically laughing. Why? Because it's LeBron James and Teen Titans Go. Now, I don't know, you guys probably don't know this, but, I'm a pretty big sports guy. And I love baseball, I love football. But the one that I love most of all is basketball. Basketball, I can sit down and pretty much watch any single team in the college or just regular, NBA. I have a specific team I love to watch, but I could sit down and watch any team ever and just have a blast. I love basketball. I love watching basketball. Playing basketball, not too bad either, but watching basketball, going to the games, man, that's an event for me. I love basketball. So, to see LeBron James, one of the greatest players, I'd say, in the current NBA basketball, league, to see him on Teen Titans Go being voiced by the actual LeBron James is just priceless for me. So I really was excited by that. Now, also, the way that they made this version of LeBron James look was pretty good. I was really surprised at how good he actually looked. He did resemble a bit like the facial expressions, I'd say resembled a bit of Cyborg, but, they kind of did this in a cool way, because, honestly, it's all about the way the portrayal is done. It's almost like a caricature, like something that you can go to a bar mitzvah or a wedding, and they've got a cartoonist guy who makes your head really big. It was kind of like that, because LeBron James doesn't have, muscles the size of cows on his arm, He's an insanely fit dude. He's very strong, very muscular guy. But his arms are definitely not bigger than his head, And the way that they made him look was just hilarious, and I loved that. Also I just thought the way that he was used was pretty interesting. I honestly was expecting LeBron James to be, heavy, more, heavier used. The main point of the story wasn't as much about LeBron James in the episode. It was more just about, the Teen Titans doing their typical Teen Titans stuff, which is always kind of wacky. But it was kind of like just a couple scenes with LeBron James, and it was great. All the scenes were great, and I especially loved the fact that they actually got LeBron James to do the voice for him. It worked out the right way, and I think that's the important thing. Then there was this interview that was done by the creators and everything of Teen Titans Go. They were saying that they think that LeBron James would for sure return back for more and more episodes of Teen Titans Go, and that that they have more story arcs for him, and that they think that he could actually potentially be a much bigger character in the future. So I'm pretty excited by that, because that just it leads me to believe that they're trying to expand the whole universe of Teen Titans Go. They have a lot of options that they could go with. I'm kind of waiting for them to introduce a new Titan, like maybe Aqualad. I know we've seen Aqualad on Teen Titans Go, but I'm kind of waiting for them to use Kid Flash as part of the team, and Speedy as part of the team, and you know how it goes. I'm just kind of waiting for them to do more and more characters. So if more and more characters means more LeBron James, and I'm completely down for that. So I'm really excited that they were able to use him, and I'm kind of looking forward to what else they could do with him and the show in general. I think that season 3 has been pretty good overall, and I think the show is only going to continue to get better and better and better. I'm very much looking forward to what else they're going to come up with in future episodes. I don't know. I don't know if season 3 is over or if they're on a hiatus right now. But there's not too many new episodes coming out. We Bare Bears is also their season ended back in November. We got a special episode this week, just for the NBA thing. Not going to be talking about that too much. It was all about Charlie, and it was another great We Bare Bears episode. If you guys didn't know, one of my favorite Cartoon Network shows is We Bare Bears. So I was very pleased to find out that they have been renewed for a season 2, and that season 2 is actually premiering next week. So this next week's animation block, all about season 2 We Bare Bears. So don't go in the comment section and be like, well, talk about season 2 of We Bare Bears. Just want to let everybody know. I have no clue what the whole schedule is, though, with the cartoon shows. I think they're very, shiftable, movable, unpredictable in a way. So we'll see what happens. But overall, very exciting to see and to get all of this for, Teen Titans Go. And just kind of closing today off, we've got a big DC Comics superhero girls. I kind of wanted to talk about this. The DC Comics superhero girls. I really hadn't heard about this until recently. I wasn't really aware that they had done and that they are doing this big thing with the superhero girls. Now, the superhero girls, they are basically just DC Comics' biggest and brightest, most recognizable and famous superheroes and supervillains. You've got Wonder Woman, Batgirl, Supergirl, Harley Quinn, Katana, Poison Ivy, Bumblebee, who else? There's a ton more. Miss Martian. It's just all the big ones, all the big girls that or the big, icon women and heroes and villains for DC Comics. So the way that they've done this is they're released in these 2-3 minute shorts, and they're geared more, I'd say, more towards girls for sure, because they sell these dolls in the store. And instead, they're like the DC Comics superheroes, but they're like dolls. So you've got a Wonder Woman doll and a Harley Quinn doll, and it's kind of a good way for DC Comics to expand. I'd say their kind of world, and especially get their name out there for more girls, because I think that's probably the biggest deal. Trying to get, and there's a ton of girls who actually do love and women who love comics and Marvel and DC. But the bottom line is, I'd say, a majority of little girls would rather play with, dolls or maybe, more girl-themed stuff that, My Little Pony, Hello Kitty, that kind of stuff, than, action figures. So I think that DC Comics Superhero Girls is a great way to kind of weave in between that, because they're selling these dolls, but they're also these superheroes. These shorts, they're very similar to, if you guys have seen the Disney Descendants Wicked World. I very much enjoyed the Descendants movie that came out last summer, and then after that, starting in like late August, early September, they released these 2-3 minute shorts that were about they're animated, but they're all about the characters from Descendants. And, they're just kind of about everyday stuff, like, a cupcake challenge, or, something happened and we have to fix it within 3 minutes. And, they're very similar. Like, the DC Comics Superhero Girls, shorts, they're really just, they have a very simple plot. The animation's pretty pleasing, I'd say. It's kind of an interesting animation. It's a little bit more, like, cartoony, I'd say, than Teen Titans Go. But at the same time, it has a bit more of a realistic vibe. Teen Titans Go cartoon, it's a very, like a very original kind of cartoon look to it. It has, like, you feel like it's more of a comic book kind of style animation than actual cartoon animation. Now, you have this Superhero Girls, and it feels more just like someone actually drew this specifically for a cartoon, not as much something that you could maybe fit into more of a comic book kind of feel. But you just see all these different characters. You've got great voice talent. You've got Tara, I forget her last name, but she's very famous for, of course, their Teen Titans show, Teen Titans Go. She plays Raven, Timmy Turner on The Fairly Odd Parents. She's very, very famous. She actually played the live-action Harley Quinn in Arrow. She's a very big deal, and she's doing the voice for Harley Quinn. She always does the voice for Harley Quinn in all the DC Comics superhero movies, and, all of the above. So she's awesome. They've got some really awesome voice talent, and they're just kind of, get them out as they can. You can find them easily on YouTube, so just, search DC Comics Superhero Girls. I'm actually very pleased, though, that they're kind of expanding. DC's trying to expand their world of, animation. I think that, although DC Comics definitely seems to have the, better shows, like live-action shows, on the CW with Arrow and Flash, and on CBS with Supergirl and Legends of Tomorrow and everything, I still think that Marvel runs the animated kind of, world of animated stuff for the comic book industry. Like, currently there's only one DC Comics animated show, and that is Teen Titans Go. And that show is not even really a Teen Titans show, like I was saying. I mean, it's a Teen Titans show because they use the Teen Titans characters and the names and the cities and everything. But the plot of each episode has absolutely nothing to really do with DC Comics. It's just, another goofy thing. And it's totally awesome, but you can see that it's not exactly a DC show, Marvel, on the other hand, you've got Avengers Assemble, and which is now being called Avengers Ultron Revolution. And you've got Ultimate Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six, and Guardians of the Galaxy. And, those are all about, comic kind of feel shows. So, now that DC Comics they're introducing Justice League Action, which I believe is coming out later this year, and now, they're expanding their, kind of female world, and, just online kind of short sections of the DC Comics Superhero Girls. It's a lot of fun. I know these have been going on for a while, but I think I feel like they're finally starting to make their way into more audiences' vision now, for some reason. I have no clue why, but it just seems to be that way. But, overall, I think it's a pretty interesting concept and a pretty cool idea. I really kind of want to see some kind of crossover, maybe, or maybe some kind of, throwback to the DC Comics Superhero Girls, or I'd love to even see a full show about them. Not as much, just with the not because I was saying, each episode of DC Comics Superhero Girls, it doesn't have much of a plot. But I don't know if you guys have been reading any of the stuff that's been going on in the DC Comics or even in the Marvel Comics. But Marvel, they've got their big A-Force, which is the female Avengers team, and it's basically every single female Marvel superhero on the same team together fighting. And they've got their own comic series. And then you have DC Comics Bombshells. They did a huge, massive female, girls kind of female superhero thing with them in the comics just not too long ago. So, I'd love to almost see a full-on animated show just about, every single, female superhero in the DC Comics world just kind of together and, maybe fighting or just actually having a better plot, maybe doing something that really is going to matter. But, overall, pretty much it's a lot of fun. So, let me know in the comment section your thoughts on all of this new stuff. What are you looking forward to with the Powerpuff Girls? How did you think LeBron James did on Teen Titans Go? And what do you like or dislike about the DC Comics superhero girls animated shorts? And what do you think? Who do you think does a better job? DC Comics with the animation or Marvel Comics with animation? Let me know. And thank you guys so much for watching this new installment of the Animation Block. We've got a great lineup for you guys next week. We Bare Bears Season 2, SpongeBob Long Pants, and a surprise little one as well. So there's going to be a ton of fun stuff coming your way with the Animation Block very soon. Also, make sure you go check out Episode 2 of Disney Infinity Rivals, which we should be getting up next. So if you loved Episode 1, which, let's be honest, who didn't love the first one? Make sure you check that one out. We had a lot of fun doing that. Pirates of the Caribbean versus Tron. You guys are going to love it. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching, and this has been the Animation Block.